guy is so technical, so fluid. His movement is so precise. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to strap in and enjoy Nadaka.
Fighting Nadaka is like playing Uno, but you just constantly get hit with the skip card. You don't get a chance to go, and it's always his turn to attack. He's the closest thing Muay Thai has to a modern Muhammad Ali. Not because of his showboating, but because when you try to hit him, you hit air instead. And when he tries to hit you, it's impossible to see it coming. This Japanese Muay Thai fighter is on a 40-fight win streak and fights like a ghost.
And Nadaka, relentless with the timing, the evasion, absolutely fantastic.
He is known for his unmatched speed, but that's not what makes him great. He does a handful of small techniques that allow him to pick apart anyone. If you're obsessed with fights, training to level up, or just here for the hype, this breakdown will blow your mind. By the end, you'll discover his tricks and feel unstoppable. Let's start with the foundation, his stance. Nadaka stands in a southpaw position with his shoulders bladed at about a 45-degree angle and his feet in a wide base. His elbows are slightly flared with a traditional boxing style guard. His rear hand is close to his cheek and his lead hand is active and up around eye level. He keeps his weight balanced evenly between both legs, giving him the ability to move fast forward and backwards. Most coaches would argue that this wide base will get you destroyed by leg kicks, but because he fights standing southpaw, most of his matchups will be in an open stance. And an open stance matchup is just when an orthodox fighter is fighting against a southpaw fighter. And in these matchups, the leg kicks are thrown significantly less because the main target is now the inner thigh instead of the outer thigh, which is easily defended by just turning the knee inward. Now, the other reason Nadaka is able to get away with this wider stance is because of his amazing footwork.
Similar to an F1 driver, just look at that beautiful evasion, the footwork, he's gone.
It's bouncy, elusive, and allows him to control the ring. Similar to Muhammad Ali's circling footwork, he creates openings while evading. He moves with dashing movements with both feet at the same time, but if he doesn't need to create spaces fast, he'll take small balanced steps to maintain distance. He's also constantly changing angles with L steps and lateral shuffles. This makes it hard for opponents to trap him on the ropes or in a corner. His footwork by itself is impressive, but when he adds it in with defense, that's when he becomes a ghost you just can't hit. Dodging a single strike is good, but Nadaka makes entire combos miss. He has an evade first defensive strategy with reliable backup options to stay safe if he can't get away in time. Let's break it down strike by strike so you can learn how to be untouchable like Nadaka. His most used defensive technique is a pull movement. He'll lean his head backwards at an angle towards his rear knee, and sometimes he'll come back with a counter, but he'll usually just evade and reset. He does this by moving his feet backwards under his head after he performs the pull movement. This is his go-to defense for punches. To defend kicks, he'll lean back, shooting his arms away from his body as leverage to move back faster. If he doesn't have time to move back or the opponent kicks too low to lean away from, then he'll check. But he rarely checks kicks with his rear leg. He mainly does a cross check with his lead leg. He prefers the lead leg because he can use the momentum of putting his leg down after checking to push himself out of range. His defense is all about avoiding the strike. This is where his signature Ali style lean back comes into play. It's not technical and most coaches would tell you it's wrong, but he makes it work. He'll lean his whole upper body back while circling away from strikes to put himself at a safe distance. And even though he avoids strikes, he's not necessarily a counterpuncher. He just steals your turn to attack and puts himself in a better position to start setting up his own attack. And his attacks are so good that he's gotten over 40 knockouts while weighing less than 115 pounds. This puts him at an over 65% knockout to win ratio, which is incredibly rare for such a light weight class. Let's break down what makes his striking so special and how exactly he sets up power attacks that finish his opponents. Now, Nadaka has a flawless system of probing strikes that lead directly into knockouts. He doesn't rush attacks, but instead he'll be right outside of range, constantly using foot feints and small flinching upper body feints to get the opponent to react. And he'll do this while throwing a ton of low kicks, jabs, and fake lead teeps. While these small strikes are landing, Nadaka likes to sneak in big shots behind them. These will usually be the hard left kick to the body, the left kick to the head, or the Mikazuki kick. which is a snapping round kick that lands with the ball of the foot or the toes. Once he has the opponent reacting, he'll start to set up his real power shots. He does this by repeating simple patterns until your brain falls for them.
Thank you.
His most common one is the jab to the head and cross to the body. He'll throw this over and over until you start expecting the cross to come to the body, but then he throws it to the head instead. He does the same thing with his kicks. He might throw multiple jab to low kicks, and then when you expect the low kick to come after the jab, he steps in and throws a knee to the body, or maybe he throws a kick to the head. He programs his opponents to react a specific way and then attacks where the opening is going to be. But while he's doing all of this, if he catches you off balance or in a bad position, he will attack relentlessly. From what we've seen so far, Nadaka does well at controlling distance, but what happens when he gets into clinching range? He usually avoids the clinch using evasive footwork, but when he does end up there, he aims to stall the action and get the ref to reset them at a distance he's more comfortable with. But this doesn't mean he isn't good in the clinch. He has success there too, it's just not his preference.
Nadaka looks like he's on ice skates in that ring, just dancing around and landing the combinations he needs to.
Nadaka Yoshinari is fast, smart, and hard to touch. He proves that Muay Thai doesn't have to be a war, it can be skill, timing, and intelligence. And if you want to learn to actually fight like Nadaka, you can join our community where we break his techniques down in detail step by step. Links in the description.